All right. Hey, Pamille, how are you?
Berta, how are you doing today?
I am doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you so much. So we're about to cross the 1 year mark with regards to, your service here at PTS, us servicing you as a client for almost 1 year now. How is that? How does that make you feel?
Well, it's feeling good. I mean, I feel as if we've done a marathon and it has been working for us. We have learned a lot of things, a lot of nuggets along the way. And some of the key takeaways for me is just to be able to listen to our customers, listening to what they're saying to us,
Mm-hmm.
their feedback on the different campaigns that we have, and use it to tweak so we can give them a better experience. So I'm happy to be able to do that. It's a good journey. It's very
Most
rewarding, very
definitely.
humbling, and also very rewarding.
Most definitely, Pamela. Most definitely. And we at the PTS team, we're excited for you that, you would have almost completed 1 year. And we are excited to take you over into another year to see where your business goes and how you grow. Now, what we want to do, we want to take a step back. Before we go forward, let's go back. What was it like before working with PTS? What were some of the challenges that you were facing before working with the PTS team?
Before PTS, so I do real estate currently now, but it has always been a part of my bloodline. But they always say that when you think about something or dream about something without acting on it, that's all it really is, just a dream. So I knew what I wanted to achieve. I knew I wanted to be the person that people would reach out to find their property solutions for them. But I didn't have a structure. So before PTS, I would go when I do real estate when I had a little time. But by engaging PTS, I was able to put structure into what I did. I had a good taskmaster, aka project manager, aka partner from PTS yourself. And you have been one of the persons that actually helped me to place timelines on the actions that we had to do and to acknowledge what results we wanted to have. So accountability became even more important. And that's really what I needed at the time, as well as ensuring that I met the deliveries when they were due, so we could achieve the results for the respective campaigns. So prior to that, it was a dream, and I always would have wanted to have the best time. But we all know that if you don't create the time, that's gonna happen. After PTS and the engagement and the partnership, I realized that I now had a structure and it was actually easier to go through the different deliverables.
The sound of that. How did you get leads? How were you getting seller leads and buyer leads before PTS marketing?
Well, I use my network a lot. So I was able to use my network to connect with persons who are potential buyers and also potential sellers. But of course, the connection would have happened, but the number of leads that would have upheld and be yielded would have been less than what I would have wanted. So yes, so it wasn't as I expected, but it
I
was
see.
still trickling in. There are
I see.
also other groups that I would be a part of that would provide some leads as well, websites that I would have been connected to as
Right.
well. So those did
Okay.
help. For PTS, having a steady flow of leads was really what helped to propel my business.
Most definitely. Most definitely. All right. And then when you started with us, can you like walk us very quickly through that experience from the moment we launched your first campaign to date? What was that experience like?
Okay,
Onboarding,
there's a
communication?
good learning experience.
Yes.
I'm a marketer by profession,
Hmm?
but it's always good to learn new things. And digital marketing is an area that I always wanted to learn more about. So for me, I basically allowed the PTS team to lead. So they would basically share with me, Pam, this is what the market is looking for. These are some of the things that will give you the better, deeper engagement. Headshots, being more believable, connecting to the audience. So we learned that in marketing, but digital took on a whole different ball game, and I love it. I loved it because what it encouraged me to do was to do like this, like talk to my audience miles
Right.
away, connect with them as if they're just beside me, and
Right.
enable them to understand that I'm here and my sole purpose is to be able to give you the property that you've been dreaming of, or to help you to get the best value for your property. And my tagline, which is connecting people to properties, it actually came to fruition as a result of this partnership. So I like it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And the process, just like the process for you, what was the process like? The onboarding team,
Well,
the
I would like,
team.
we have an internal joke called we're pilots, right? So I like the fact that you and the PTS team trusted me to be a first in a number of things. I'm humbled by that. And so I was able to join different platforms, again, complementing the digital activities that we were doing. I also find that by doing that and then completing the role, we were able to now learn a lot from what we were doing. So the journey was very interesting and it was a good learning opportunity. And being a pilot is not bad at all. So
We can just ask
pilots
all the
get the
pilots,
best
right?
of all the pilots, all the things that we've downloaded, all the trials that we've done,
Mm,
all the new passwords and everything that we
yes,
had to do. It was worth it because we were able to
definitely,
find the right mix to
definitely.
get the persons in, but the right mix to manage the leads, the right mix for persons to be engaged, and the right mix to ensure that we're able to get to them as soon as possible and to close it down. Because digitally, the engagement and the closing the loop had to be very quick. And
Definitely,
so we had to learn how to be, very agile in this approach. And I
definitely.
appreciate that. So that's one of the main things that stood out for me for this one.
Most definitely, Mill. Thank you. And just as you mentioned, in terms of the lead quality, you talked about getting the right persons and all of that. What are the quality of the leads like? 1 year of doing business with us, was it aligned with what you are looking for? What's the lead quality like for you?
So the good thing is that it's a learning process. So we realized very quickly that the floodgates of the digital divide was it was just opened up for us.
Yes.
So very early in the game, we realized that okay, we needed to tweak.
Mm,
We needed to be able to put buckets and to
mhm,
filter so we
mhm.
could treat each lead the way they're supposed to. And you will recall that we would have gotten a mix of persons who wanted to purchase properties and rent
Right,
properties
right.
in the same link with the persons who wanted to sell properties. And so we had to find out a way very quickly.
Yes.
How is it that we're going to give each group the attention
Mm,
that's due for
right,
them? And how are we going to ensure that we also act on it very quickly so they're actually being taken care of? One of the key things for me is that in the early part of the game, we realize how to separate, how to treat the different segments, and how to put different actions in play so we could manage their expectation and to
right.
give them the results that they needed. Because it was two different markets, two different audiences, and they required two different types of approaches. So I enjoyed doing that. And thanks to technology, we were able to say for those persons who wanted to just query, we found a quick way.
Right.
I love being a realtor because
Most
being a
definitely.
realtor means I have access to technologies that, the RAJ and the REB would have put out there
Right,
for us. For persons listening, RAJ is Realtors-Association of Jamaica,
right,
REB is Realtor Real Estate Board.
right.
And they would have provided some platforms for us, some technologies for us
Mm,
that we're able to streamline and automate the queries that our customers have. So
right,
instead of having to deal with it on a one-on-one basis, we were
right,
now being very efficient. I was able to use that platform to
right.
give them exactly what they wanted
What
based
they
on the
needed.
information, the data that's there. And it would have allowed me enough time now to engage with the persons who wanted a one-on-one and to be able to do
Exactly.
the pre-consulting, which is another aspect of what I love working
Exactly.
with you because we're able to do more pre-consulting, have deeper engagements, tap into what is it that they really needed. And I found that was one of the things that made it more impactful for my customers. So thank you.
Wonderful. I just have two more questions for you. So the next question is specific wins and successes have you seen since starting this campaign? Like listings, viewings,
And
closings. Can you
how
share that?
long do we have? I'll just give you two. So one specific win is that
Yes.
my broker and I, when we would have
Mm-hmm.
had our cadence calls, I'm now
Mm-hmm.
able to say to my broker and the brokerage team that listen, this particular approach that I took
Mm-hmm.
enabled me to have X number of listings. And now I was able to meet my goals. And there are personal goals that we have that we
Mm-hmm.
would have wanted to be able to do. I found I was able to meet my personal goals within the
Mm-hmm.
first month of what I would have taken 4 months to do. And
Wow.
so coming out of that, I now said, oh, that means we can do much more to just increase on what we had. So my listings have
Ah,
improved. My listings for both residential as well as commercial. Commercial is a
yes.
new emerging area that I'm looking into, so
Right.
stay tuned.
Stay
And
tuned.
Yes, and I also found that my engagement with other realtors have improved because now persons were seeing me in a different light.
Mhm.
Before I even contacted those other realtors, my colleagues, they would have seen my properties. They would be now
Ah.
contacting me. So although we had the MLS platform using a digital and technology based approach, enabled
Mhm.
me to now have more respect, professional respect,
Wow.
communication, this deeper relationship with
Oh,
other
wow.
realtors.
Nice.
And I'll just give you another nugget. So at my brokerage, we had an award ceremony.
Mm.
And going into that award ceremony, we had a networking session where we could meet other agents. We're 100 strong, a lot of
Right.
us, and we
A
keep
lot.
growing, right? And it was amazing that in that if some of those speed networking sessions, my own colleagues from my own brokerage were like,
Mm-hmm.
they were looking up to me. They were saying, we're so happy that you're doing this.
Oh,
We knew about you
wow.
before we even met you. We want to
Wow.
co-broke with you and so on.
That's
And so I
amazing.
found that my relationship with my brokerage colleagues have
Mm.
even increased. I've been doing more co-listing and I've been doing more interaction and going to
Ah,
have more accountability partners and more, relationship building. And it
nice.
can only get better because as we
Wonderful.
start to be in a profession that we are able to connect with other people, then
Mm-hmm.
of course we can do more business together. It has
Definitely.
been a win-win for me.
Definitely. And for all the other realtors out there, what would be one thing that you want to say to somebody who is considering services with us at PTS and they haven't made a decision yet? What would you say to them?
I would like to say that whether you're doing real estate full time or part time,
Mm-hmm.
structure is important,
Mm,
accountability is important, and
mm,
if you can find a way to maximize your time, operational efficiency is always important. So that
mm,
means that the time that you would want to be able to dedicate to one-on-one sessions, meeting with your
mm-hmm.
clients, maximize that, but allow the
Yes.
technology to give you the wider reach that you have.
Mm,
As independent contractors, there's no such thing as being short or not getting enough money. The need is
exactly.
there's money for all of us, and we have to just
Exactly.
be more operationally efficient. We have to find a way to work smarter, and we have to use technology to get to that. The PTS team, I would like to, you probably should put digital in the thing because they really leverage the technology that you would need, and it's a good
Mm,
opportunity. Try it. And
all
the
right.
other thing is that not every approach
Mhm,
works for every real estate agent.
mhm,
So the key thing is to have your consultation with PTS, find out
mhm,
what it is that you're looking for, and they'll actually
mm.
customize. I like to call a curated experience for our clients. So why not
Definitely.
have the conversation and see what's happening? I think you'll be impressed.
Most definitely, Pamela. I thank you so much for your time, Pamela. And I thank you for doing 1 year with us at
Yay.
PTS Marketing. It's been a wonderful year, I must say. And we are looking forward to many, many more years, many more listings, many more buyings, and just some great results. See you at your company's award ceremony. Wherever in the world I am, I'm going to fly down and come to see you collect those awards. All right, Pamela?
Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. Looking forward to growth.
Most definitely. Thank you so much, Pamela, for your time. Take care.
Take care.